In this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps to use a template in EdConnect for your lesson plans. First, you want to pull up the template that was shared via Google Docs. Whenever something is shared with me, I always go to File and make a copy for myself. That way, I know it's in my drive now and I own it, and I work off of that one. So you have your template, and I happen to do it in the order of my schedule. So writing workshop is first, reading workshop, math, the math stations, science, language and word study. Now you can go in and manipulate any part of this, put it in different order. So let's say you have writing workshop at a different time. You could either delete this and write the different subject that you have at that time, or you could completely copy and paste it into a different place anywhere within the template. If you wanted to add some rows, you could click into a box, go up to table. You could go to insert row above or insert row below, or a column, and then you could add to that. If you wanted to take a row away, you would highlight it, go back up to table, and delete the row. This right here, what I added was just a table that had one cell. So if you were to create that, you would go to table, insert table, and just have one cell, and that's how that looks like that. So anything you want, you can add through the table choice. Anything you want to delete, you can delete through there too. You can go and change the font, the size, the color, anything that you would like to change. Once you have your template the way you want it, okay, it's saved in Google Drives, so you can, it'll save it. You don't have to save it. You would go into your EdConnect account and click over on the left hand side to instructional materials and click the down arrow. Instead of my materials, you will click create material, and underneath that you would choose the option of lesson plan. This will take you into where you will be creating your new lesson plan template. So you can select a subject. You must do this, just select English language and literature, even if you have all of your subjects on there. Select the appropriate grade level. If you teach multiple grade levels, just put one in there. And you are going to now go and title it. So I usually title it my last name, and then if it's ELA, math, and science. You could title it the way you prefer. For duration, it's easier to keep at 5 days when you're scheduling. And now, this is the important part. You are going to click Lesson Plan Template. That will open up a box. This is where you are going to copy and paste your template from the Google Docs. So I'm going to go back over to the tab, and I am going to click Edit, select all, Edit, Copy. I'm going to go back over to the other tab for EdConnect. I'm going to make sure the cursor is blinking in there, and I am going to go up to File, edit, and paste. And your template will drop in there. Now that it's in there, what I would do, if you have any interruptions of Wi-Fi or anything, just to make sure it's saved in there, I would click Save right away. And it's going to need me to put a description in. So, sorry I forgot that. ELA, Math, Science. And I know it's the same as my title, but I like my title to say what's in there so it's easier for me to find later. So you're going to click Save again. Now your template is saved into EdConnect. You're going to want to go in and edit. And this is where you can manipulate the cells, where you can drag them over if you'd like, because you can stretch it across. What I found when I was doing it is that I left it over here, and then when I began typing, it kind of adjusted itself and moved itself over. You could be finding something different, so you'll just kind of have to trial and error whether you want to extend them over or whether you want to type in them first and see what happens. Okay, it's totally up to you. When you have what you want, I would save it. And I actually would go back in, instead of writing sample or your last name, I would write your last name and put master template or something to the effect of, you know, this is the one that you can use again and again, and save. What I would do at this point is I would make a copy of this, and then you could go back in, and if you prefer, you could go to the places that you have, like in Reading Workshop, where you might want to add your guided reading groups, or where you might want to add your math stations, things that stay the same every day, or that you just have to change, you know, some numbers around. If you wanted to put things in to keep them something that would be the same every week, or at least for, you know, weeks at a time, I would do that and then save that copy, and you could also use that as the master. With this process, you will only need to submit one lesson plan, because they will all be in there, and you will be able to find that in your instructional materials. Now it would be in your materials, my materials, you would click on, and you would find that over here. And for those asking about how to schedule something, you can schedule right from here. If you're scheduling, and you would look for the first date that you're using it for. And I always save it and go to Planner to make sure that it's in my planner for that week that I saved it. If you have any questions, just get in touch with me, and I hope this video helped.